Our next guest is the CEO of Messe Berlin, the folks who put together this extravaganza every year and several other shows. So he's quite busy, this being the biggest. It's Raimund Hosch. Raimund, thanks for joining us again into tomorrow, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, Dave, welcome again here in Berlin.
It's a pleasure. You know, and I say this all the time on the air, and it is the absolute truth. Berlin not only is one of our most favorite cities to visit, and we do a lot of travel, as you know, and broadcast from around the world, but as a result, IFA is also one of our absolutely most favorite shows to broadcast from. And it's so big, and there's so much involvement, and so much excitement and emotion here. Your exhibitors really pull this off, and of course your team putting this show together do a terrific job.
Yeah, that's right. We don't talk about crisis. I don't like these words about crisis and facing the crisis.
Yeah, the economy.
We are always facing the competition. We are on the top race. We didn't have any, real crisis here on our shows. In this year, maybe a lot of the other industries have a big decrease, but we doesn't.
Yeah.
We didn't have anyone. We are on the same level as last year. We have new exhibitors here on our show, and it's getting more and more interesting because all the TV stations are very interested in the content. We deliver them.
Sure.
And that's very interesting. If you have seen those big cooking shows and all the people were watching. And as you know, if the people have less money in their pocket, they are no longer visiting the very expensive restaurants.
Yeah, they're doing more
they're
home
trying
cooking.
to do more home cooking, and so television is helping them to have a good, fine food at home.
Good point. And that kind of brings me up to another topic that you guys first introduced at IFA last year, and that is not only showing consumer electronics, and there's a lot of that going on, especially in this part of the country, in this part of the world, but introducing home appliances, or white goods, as they're commonly referred to. And while we saw many last year, the growth is incredible this year. There's so many more people showing all sorts of appliances for the home, and it really is about lifestyle now.
It's absolutely lifestyle, yeah. So the home is getting up. You're trying to make your home very comfortable with all those new products in the home appliance industries, and that's very interesting. Taking a new fridge with a TV station on and looking all about the recipes I can take up and cook my food, my lunch, my dinner, anything you want. And that's very interesting. And because it's a new lifestyle. And in former times, we Germans tried to get out and going in the summer gardens and drinking our beer. And this time it's more noble to take your coffee, but not only a coffee, your cappuccino, espresso, and then you have an automatic coffee machine that does everything you want.
It's amazing because there are a lot of companies from around the world, not just German appliance companies, but Italian companies and so forth, that are here exhibiting just that, coffee makers that do more than just make coffee. And that's pretty cool.
You know, the wives are competing with each other. Who got the best, the most expensive machine at home?
Ah, yes.
You know, on one side they're in competition with their brand new jeans and something like that from True Religion, and that's very expensive. But on the other side, they compete with it. Do I have a machine from Longi or from Euro? Yeah. Well, it's up to when I calculate this as in dollars, it's between $2,500 up to $3,000 for a coffee.
I know
machine.
one company here is showing a $3,000 US dollars coffee machine. Boy, you really better like coffee a lot.
Yeah,
for that kind of money.
But it's a new lifestyle. You know, you don't show your Rolls Royce or Mercedes in the garage.
True. You got to bring it out and show everyone.
Yeah, show your coffee machine at home.
But now, since predominantly IFA has always been since 1926, with your first keynote speaker being Albert Einstein, I mean, there's so much history with this heritage show over the years, has always been about electronics and has always been about consumer electronics. So the introduction of appliances, even our toasters these days have a chip in them, so they're really all part of the same category. But now let's talk for a minute about the consumer electronics side of things. Showing HD TV here dramatically. I think we talked last year here on the program about how we've, of course, enjoyed HD TV in the U.S. for many years. But the excitement's building here in Europe, and especially here in Germany, that more and more content you're finally getting.
That's right. Well, they're trying to get more and more. Yes, if you see, they have all to change their hardware, their equipment within those TV stations.
Yeah.
Last time it was 2006 when they started our public TV stations with the HDTV.
But it was
high
only very
definition.
limited content.
It was only very small. Well, and then it was cut off.
Wow.
And now
instead of adding programs, they stopped the ones they were doing.
As you know, on DVDs, all the movies, they are in high definition. That's fine.
Yeah.
But the public television is not. So they started again this year when we had the championships in track and field here in Berlin.
And everybody was
impressed. And the high quality of those pictures, I was very impressed with new world records, as you.
Yes.
No, well, that's very fine.
The rest of us around the world saw that those competitions, and again, high def, we're now taking for granted.
So on all those major companies will start with 2010 with a wide range of their high definition TV. So we look forward to.
As well you should. And of course, lots of excitement, and we appreciate you kicking off the broadcast this week to now make way for the next 3 hours, your exhibitors coming on the program, and we'll talk more about what they are introducing. A lot of new products being introduced here at IFA as well.
Especially, you know, those when we first talked about the flat screens.
Yes.
Yeah. Now they're getting, I should say, flatter and flatter.
Yes, boy, are they ever. There's some really nice stuff, and we'll talk with Sharp. We're going to talk to a whole bunch of people that are introducing great new products.
I cannot compete with my figure to them.
No, you cannot.
But it's amazing. With such a flat screen, it's like a sheet of paper you're putting on the wall. It's very interesting.
Truly interesting. IFA-Berlin, IFA-Berlin.com for more information. Raimund, thank you again for having us. Thanks for kicking off the broadcast, and we'll enjoy our stay in Berlin as we do all the time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Our pleasure. We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues. I'm Dave Graveline from Berlin, Germany, and IFA on the Advanced Media Network.